Greetings people, this is Eldad Amara. Right, this is only a very short video. You know, since the killing of George Floyd last year, the amount of young black people, both men and women and children, that's been killed by police officers, it's just so tragic. It makes me really wonder, I really do. Is this system really working for us? Seriously, is this system really working for us? We've been here in America for 450 years under the bond of slavery. Roughly 450 years. You see, when these founding fathers made up their laws, you were not included. You were not included in their laws. You were seen as 3/5 human being. Do you hear me? You were seen as 3/5 human being. It's written in the Constitution. You see, we're under this capitalist system, and this capitalist system thinks of nothing else other than greed, money, authority, control, and competition. No European society, none, has come into existence without wars, conflict, and taking people off their land. There's no capitalist society, right, that's peacefully ever got people off of their land. It's by brute force or war. Now, the American Constitution, as I keep saying, was never written with us in mind. This system's only interested in capitalism, right? That's gaining money and competition, right? So creating competition between people, which then creates conflict. And the other thing is, they need to stay in control. They need to stay in control. Do you honestly believe that you can have the same amount of power and control as those at the top? Do you think we'll ever have a truly equal society? Honestly, do you think we'll ever have a truly equal society? And how long is that going to be? Another 100 years? Another 200 years before that comes around? Another 300 years before that comes around? Another 500 or 1,000 years, or even 3,000 years before we have equal power as those people are at the top? Now, some white people's going to say that I'm being racist. I'm talking about the system. I'm talking about the system. It was never designed for us. It was made by white Europeans. I'm talking about those people at the top who are in control, because people at the bottom of the ladder, as well, poor white people, are suffering too. I'm talking about those people in control of us at the top. Do you honestly think they want to share power? They're going to try and hold on to the power for as long as they possibly can. That's the reality of it. For as long as they possibly can. They're going to give it up without a fight. You think if you were in their position, would you want to give up your power? Yeah? Would you want to give up your wealth or share it? These people are greedy. They're jealous, they're greedy, they're envious. And they get other people to do their dirty work for them. These people sat there thinking and scheming, how are we going to get these people off the land? How are we going to get these red Indians off the land? How are we going to get these Africans off their land? How are we going to get, right, these Aborigines off the land? So they sit there scheming, making contracts, making laws, right? You never took part in the making of any of these laws, in any of these contracts. Right? They sat there scheming and thinking, how are we going to get these people off their land? We got to get them to sign these treaties and these pieces of paper. You weren't involved at any stage in making these laws. You weren't asked your opinion, yeah, your agreement. Somehow they got you to sign these declarations, right, and these treaties. These people sit there night after night scheming, thinking, how can we get these people, right, off their land? How can we control these people? You see, you're either going to stay in the system, right? That's your first choice. Some don't know anything different, so they're bound to want to stay within the system. They want to stay in the system because they don't know anything else. It's like the Stockholm Syndrome became very dependent on those people who were controlling them, the villains. They fell in love with their enemies. Oh, master, you hurt yourself. Oh, master, let me help you. Yes, there are alternatives. How about just coming out of the system? Yeah? How about just coming out of the system and forming your own system? You don't want it to be like the system that you're in at the moment. You might as well then stay in that system. Create a system of your own. Create your own schools. Create your own universities. Yeah? Create your own jobs. Create your own agriculture. In order to do this though, you need to be united. And you need to come together under a common good. You need to come together under a common good. If you're just going to create a society like the one that you're already in, you might as well just stay in that. You might as well just stay in that society. But I think if you're going to come out, you need to do something totally the opposite to the system that we're in. You need to start educating your kids about their culture, yeah, and their history, right? Self-schooling, or if not self-schooling, getting teachers to teach them about themselves, yeah, to teach them how to survive in an economy, right? Teach them about how to save money. Teach them about stocks and shares and bonds and all those kinds of things, yeah. Get together with a bunch of people, yeah, such as builders, and build your own schools. Get your electricians, get your plumbers, yeah, get your labourers, and get them together and start building your own schools, your own hospitals, your own homes. And just come out of the system. Just come out of the system. I'll say it again. We need to come out of the system. You either stay in the system and keep being abused, and it'll just keep going on and on and on, so long as those people are in power, stay in power. A third alternative is to do what the hippies, the gypsies, the travellers have done. And that is what they've turned around and they've said is that we don't want to be part of the system. We're actually in the system, but we're not part of it. Jesus says something similar. Yeah? Bob Marley also says something similar. I am of this world, but I'm not in it. I am of this world, but I'm not in it. Yeah? So you don't have to live the ways of those people that's in charge of us. You can still work, you can still live, but you just don't live the lifestyle to which they want you to live. You can educate your children outside of the system. Right? You can grow your own produce and land outside of the system and become more self-sustained. If the gypsies can do it, the travellers can do it, yeah? And even if you go to Jamaica, you've got the Maroons. They're doing it. You don't have to live of this world. You can live in it but not of it. So we have got alternatives. Or do you want to just keep seeing your children being shot down? Is that what you want to see? You still want to see black people going to prison in droves, being locked up under mental health acts? Is that what you want to see? Or shall I say high unemployment amongst black people? Right? And the state of the housing that you live in. Don't you think that you can do better than that? We have become too dependent on the society that we're living in, the capitalist society, and we need to come out of it. I can't see any other alternatives. If you stay in the system, you're going to be there, and it's going to be forever. Literally. For you to have the same equal power as those people that's controlling you and in charge of you. They created something called institutional racism for a purpose, and that was to keep you down. And this institutional racism runs through every part of the system, from the schools to the hospitals to the care homes, yeah, to your military service, the whole complete nine. It runs through the system. Aren't you fed up? Aren't you? Aren't you tired? Because I know I am. We need to find a way to come out of this system. You know what to do, people. If you like this video, like, share or subscribe. Eldad, Amara.